Rob, if we can start by looking back at Saturday's match to begin with, a great victory here against Worcester. Now you've had a little bit more time to take it all in. What were your thoughts looking back on that game?
Yeah, really, really pleased. I think a very professional performance from us, but at the same time one that was filled with some real kind of ambition to put away a team that, reality, looking at the 2 league positions, we should have won. And I think probably in the past we've not always done ourselves justice in those fixtures. I think we've often felt the pressure of playing against teams that we really, really want to win and really feel we should beat by not performing that well. And I kind of thought it was a top level performance. We were into a very, very strong win in the first half. Field position was always going to be difficult, and yet we only gave up 6 points, mainly through some very determined defence, but also some very good decision making. And that really was the winning of the game. To go in against that stronger wind with a good lead, massive credit to the team, the effort they put in defence, and then just to keep playing, as I say, really good decision making second half. We took field position when it was on, we played when it was on, and ultimately we scored the tries that secured a 5-point win. That it's the kind of win you need to put in place at home during the season to keep you at the right end of the table. And the proof of the pudding was that the 5 points in the end, by the end of all the weekend's fixtures, kept us in 4th place. If we hadn't have forced that bonus point win, we wouldn't be where we are now. So it does kind of show you what you can achieve if you, as I say, you put those professional performances in, and you kind of, as I say, you perform in a way where you deserve the result.
Dean Ryan was talking to our colleagues at BBC Hereford and Worcester before the match, and he was praising the Chiefs in every way, saying that you've almost got the perfect setup here. How does it make you feel when you hear praise like that from other people in the business elsewhere in the Premiership? I
mean, it's obviously pleasing, but I think it's one of those things. It's the thing that you've almost got to put to the back of your mind and not believe too much, because I think what we do here is very well is that we don't get carried away with either when things are going well or when things don't go so well. We understand what we are and where we want to go, and we don't rest on our laurels. People talk about cultures and work ethics. Well, the first thing that goes when you relax is your work ethic, and I think the key is never to take anything for granted. And I think that's what we do. On a week by week basis, we don't take things for granted. We talk often about the first and foremost thing you have to have is a work ethic and to get some hard graft done, both in training and in a game. And as long as that's there, you're very competitive, and that's what we've been while we've been in the Premiership. We've been very competitive. What we're starting to do is we're starting to add a bit of, as I say, a bit of precision and accuracy to what we do, on a little bit more regular basis.
Routines are crucial in sport, and I know that you've had a lot of Sunday matches played recently. You were back to Saturday last week, and now you've got a Friday game this week up at Sale. Does it change preparation in any way, having this Friday game?
Yeah, well, obviously we've got a day less during the week, so that knocks a training day off for us. But having said that, we've had a really good intense day today. Sometimes it's really good, it focuses the mind. I think we tend to be pretty good in evening fixtures. A lot of people think that being away from home and hanging around a hotel for a day before we play an evening fixture can be a distraction and a bit draining. But we've tended to perform very well in those occasions, particularly because a lot of them have been in Europe, and I think the players, they kind of enjoy spending that time together, both on the coach and at the hotel, and having a genuine opportunity to kind of relax and focus themselves on what's ahead. So I'm not concerned about that. It's a Friday night fixture. As I say, we performed well in evening kickoffs before. We've just got to concentrate and make sure we get the things in place that means we perform well this week as well.
Of course, it was a Friday night fixture there last season, which you narrowly lost by a point.
Yeah, and I think there's a reality to it all, that I think the first half we came out the blocks really well. Probably should have put the game to bed, really, in reality, by half time. But fair play to Sale, they stayed in there, they kept fighting, and they turned the momentum of the game, particularly in the second half. And that's something you have to learn from. I think we learned from that fixture because we moved forward, and eventually we ended up with a really good win of victories at the end, because I think we felt a little bit disappointed that a game. Now, I'm not saying we should have won, because you shouldn't. It doesn't work like that in the Premiership. Every game is very tough. And Sale, came out fighting, and like I say, at the end of the game, I've got no complaints about the result. We kind of got what we deserved, and I'll be, that's what has to happen this week. We have to deserve more than the 1 point loss we had up there last week. But You know, we're aware it's a very tough fixture. Sale are a different animal this year. You know, they look a lot more solid, and I say that as a great compliment. You know, a lot of people talk about us being a solid side, so I take that as a big compliment. They look happy with where they are. They look confident with what they're doing. You know, and they look like they're enjoying their rugby. So I think, you know, as I say, different animal, so a very competitive game. And as I say, you know, probably the team that deserves to win will win.
You mentioned there about the compliments you get about the Exeter Chiefs being a solid side, an opportunity on Friday to make it 5 Premiership wins from 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything, isn't it? You know, it's the key is not to relax when things are going well, and as I say, not to panic when things are going badly. So the important thing for us is to get out there and just go after the game and perform as well as we can. You know, if we go out there and we genuinely get after the game, I never have any complaints, and that's what's going to be important for us, is to just make sure this week is about preparing to go out there and just play as well as we can.
And in terms of the squad, how's the squad looking?
Yeah, squad's okay. I don't think we've picked up anything from the weekend. You know, there's the old bumps and bruises, things they are. Actually, the squad's kind of thickening up as we go along. You know, you got like guys like Luke Arscott, Jack Noel now starting to get a lot more full training under their belt. James Hanks, Romana Graham, exactly the same. You know, and you know, we've got more options at hooker now. So you know, prop wise, we're starting to thicken out again as well. So you know, we're kind of looking forward to this weekend, and we're also looking forward to the LV Cup that's coming up in a couple of weeks, because we've got a lot of players who are absolutely chomping at the bit to get some game time, and I think we're going to unleash quite a fresh, enthusiastic group of players over the next few weeks.
Good luck for Friday.
Thank you very much.